What's up everyone, I'm Yasmin Willen and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about like a little bit of a recap from the Teen Mom 2 part 2 and 3 of the reunion. So I know everyone is talking about it all over social media, all over Twitter, all over Instagram. Everyone is literally buzzing about this situation between Ashley from Teen Mom Young and Pregnant and Jade Klein, who has recently moved over to Teen Mom 2, and just all the other castmates. So I did a live stream yesterday. I don't know if you all have been tuning in, but every Tuesday I typically do live streams like here on my YouTube channel, and I will live stream the episodes of Teen Mom or the Teen Mom 2 reunion or whatever the case may be. So I live streamed it and we all watched together what exactly was unraveling on the stage. So Ashley was stating how she seems like everyone is just pushing her to the side. Everyone is like not being nice to her. They're actually excluding her from certain activities. The girls from Teen Mom Young and Pregnant, they're not nice to her. They don't want to be friends. And Ashley is just kind of speaking from a place of anger is what I'm perceiving, because she stated numerous times how she actually reached out to the girls from the cast and none of them got back to her. None of them want to hang out with her. None of them wanted to make plans with her, but you know, the other castmates, they're hanging out, they're doing things and stuff like that. So Ashley was just saying like, wow, like that's kind of hurtful that, you know, some of these girls from Teen Mom Young and Pregnant, you know, I've reached out to them and they allegedly, you know, didn't get back to me. They didn't want to hang out and stuff like that. So there was also beef with Ashley and Jade Klein. So I touched on this briefly in one of my older videos because I've been following this drama since it first started a few weeks ago. So I touched on this briefly, but I'll just go ahead and recap that as well. So MTV, Viacom, whatever you want to call it, they allegedly reached out to Jade Klein and they asked her if she wanted to move over from Teen Mom Young and Pregnant to Teen Mom 2. Now, a lot of people started stating that Ashley was actually asked first. So Ashley stated that MTV asked her first if she wanted to move over to Teen Mom 2, but she declined respectfully, so Jade Klein actually took that spot. Now, people say that Ashley is actually jealous of Jade. You know, she just wants all the attention. No one really asked her to ever move to Teen Mom 2. Ashley is a liar. She's this and she's this. So last night during the reunion, Dr. Drew asked Ashley, how did she feel about Jade Klein moving over to Teen Mom 2? And Ashley was like, I don't have any issues, you know. I already knew she was going to be, you know, moving over to Teen Mom 2 because the network or MTV had asked me first. You know, I don't care. It's just stupid drama. And Kail actually chimed in and was just like, yeah, people started, you know, starting rumors saying like Ashley was jealous of Jade because she got selected for Teen Mom 2. And it was just tons and tons of like drama surrounding that. Ashley also stated that she had reached out to Jade numerous times to kind of talk about things and to kind of settle whatever drama it was that had erupted over this entire Teen Mom 2 situation. And Jade was actually like, well, the last thing that you told me was that my mom is a drug addict and a crackhead. And that's how a lot of things erupted on the stage, because Ashley was just like, yeah, because you called me, you know, this name and you called me names. And Jade and Ashley were like going back and forth verbally, like saying like insults to each other. So Jade eventually walked off the stage, and then Ashley continued to kind of express herself. She was standing up and she was kind of expressing herself, talking to all of the Young and Pregnant cast. Like, I reached out to you, you haven't, you know, reached back out to me. You guys are super mean. You isolate me. You don't want to be my friend and stuff like that. So her and Kayla from Teen Mom Young and Pregnant started having some sort of words as well. So Kayla was just like, well, I have no respect for you, Ashley. I don't want to be your friend because you talked about my children. You stated that, you know, I had a second baby. Like, what's your issue with my child? Like, you just talked about my child. And Ashley was just like, I didn't talk about your child. I talked about you. You should have learned your lesson the first time. Why would you have a second baby? And then they were going back and and forth. Now, Kayla actually started to take her shoes off. She was sitting down, and no, she was not pregnant. People was like, wasn't Kayla pregnant at the time? No, she had just had her baby. She was not pregnant at the time. So Kayla was sitting down, and they were having words, her and Ashley, and she started to take her shoes off. So I'm just I was watching it, and I'm just like, why is Kayla taking her shoes off? Like, that's super weird. So she was getting kind of hyped up. She started taking her shoes off. So Ashley actually responded to that, like, oh, you want to take your shoes off? What do you want to do? Do you want to fight and stuff like that? So, security jumped in. Everybody was trying to intervene, trying to have things like not go that way, to not get physical. Ashley actually took some swings at her and stuff like that, and they actually escorted Ashley off the stage, and no other physical altercations happened that day. So during the midst of that, everyone, I know this is kind of long-winded, I'm sorry, but I just kind of want to get the details out there as best as I can. During the midst of this commotion between Ashley standing up and talking to all the girls and Kayla sitting down and taking her shoes off and stuff, Kail she was sitting on the couch, and she had kind of inched forward a little bit, like sitting at the edge of the couch. And a lot of people were speculating, like, why did Kail just run off the stage super angry? And I didn't understand either. So I had to watch the clip back, and I was reading the comments, and people were saying that Nessa actually told Kail to sit back or to be quiet or something like that. So I watched the clip back, and I did see that Kail was sitting up at the edge of her seat, and Nessa actually whispered to Kail, and she was like, Kail, sit back, Kail, sit back. Like, what are you doing? Sit back. And Kail was just like, Nessa.
Quickly, I just want to address everything that happened on the third part of the reunion last night. I did not watch it, mainly because I didn't want to relive what happened. Everyone keeps commenting and messaging me, asking me what Nessa said to me that pissed me off. And I guess it wasn't just the fact that she told me to sit back. It was the fact that I had tried to stop the whole situation to begin with. I had my reunion drama 2 seasons ago, and I regret how I acted, and I regret just so much of that day. But I wasn't gonna let MTV put Ashley and Jade in a situation where they're pinned against each other, especially after what I was going through during that time, in the middle of my seasons. So I had actually gone up to the producers prior to being on stage with the Young and Pregnant cast, and I told them I did not think this was a good idea, and there was no real reason for me and Jade to be on stage with the other girls. I actually go into further detail about everything that happened before they started filming, and kind of just off camera that they didn't air. I guess it was kind of on camera, but they just didn't air it. I did talk about that on a podcast episode a couple slides before this, and there's a swipe up link there so you can kind of listen to all of the backstory. And it took me a long time to get to this place, but I just hate seeing that MTV now is kind of specifically pinning girls against each other. I think that they really got the ratings and what they were looking for back when Brianna and I had our drama. So I don't like that they're kind of taking advantage of the younger girls because they're newer. And I think that, some of them don't really know or feel like they have a voice necessarily to speak up against what they do or don't want to film. And I really didn't want to film that scene. I didn't want to film that segment, but there's this do my job or stand up for what's right. And at that point I was like, you know what, if they're saying it's gonna be fine, I guess I'll just do it. And I went against my better judgment and sat on the stage with them when there was really no need for me to be up there in the first place. I just also wanted to add that one of the Teen Mom 2 cast members met me in my room after the fact and literally asked one of the producers why Kail is always picked to do the bullshit of the show. And I, in my heart of hearts, believe that MTV thought that I was going to egg on the drama, maybe just based on my history, which I don't know. I feel like I've grown a lot since then, and it kind of irritates me that I was picked to be in the middle of all this drama because, yeah, I was friends with Ashley, and yeah, I had introduced Jade to Teen Mom 2 through my podcast, but I really didn't have anything to do with that, and I don't think that there was a real reason to have us all up there. I know part of it was that they wanted the Young and Pregnant reunion to directly follow the Teen Mom 2 reunion. That way the ratings would transfer over. But I just didn't like that I was being dragged into something that I really was trying to actually get away from as far as like the drama goes. I'm really trying to work on myself, and that whole situation was just like not in line.
And Kail got super upset. And she was like, really, Nessa? Wow, goodbye, have a good day. And she stormed off the stage and she like ripped her jacket off and stuff like that. So I was like, what in the world did I just watch on this TV screen with this Teen Mom 2 and Teen Mom Young and Pregnant and Teen Mom OG? Like, what is this reunion? Like, it was like a blend of like all the Teen Mom cast members. And I was just like, this is some crazy, crazy drama. So Jade Klein did speak out. She took to her Twitter account and she did speak out about the entire incident. So I'm gonna go ahead and read off what Jade Klein had to say. So last night, Jade Klein said, LOL, this is SHITTY funny. People are real life crazy. So a lot of people were agreeing with Jade Klein, like, yes, people are definitely crazy. People need to calm down. Like, all of that stuff that happened last night was super uncalled for. So Ashley took to her Twitter account as well to address some things. And this is what she said. She said, quote, I never spoke on her kid. I said, quote, I supported you and your 2 kids, unquote. She wanna be mad, oh well. She was speaking on a lack of support and it wasn't true. I have reached out to send her and her kids love and support, period. Hashtag Teen Mom 2. So Ashley is speaking of Kayla. So again, Kayla was taking her shoes off, ready to allegedly fight because she claims that Ashley talked about her children. So Ashley was like, I never said anything negative about your children particularly. I was talking about you as an adult and your actions. You know, you say that you were struggling with one baby and you turned around and had a second child, and you know, he was not really there for the first baby and stuff like that. So why would you have a second child? Like, you didn't learn your lesson, but yet you want to talk about me, and at least I learned my lesson. I'm not pregnant again, or I don't have a second child. So Ashley was just kind of defending herself last night, like, hey, I didn't say anything about your baby. I was just saying you and your choices, right? So a lot of people don't understand that concept. They take it like, well, you're still kind of talking about her baby, you're talking about the child, and that's not cool, that's not okay. So I was sifting through all of the comments, and people are literally dragging Ashley. They're not agreeing with her. They're saying that she's super wrong. She was in the wrong last night. She needed to calm down. She started all this drama on her own accordance. People don't have to be her friend if they don't want to. She acted completely out of line. She did not need to go that far. I mean, people are literally saying that they are not going to support Ashley anymore. They are actually no longer fans of Ashley, and they're actually just team everyone else, and they are not supporting Ashley at all. People said that she was super ghetto and she was like a hood rat and stuff like that. So I think this entire drama was a lot, and I know that this video is kind of hard to follow, so hopefully I explained everything to the best of my knowledge. That's what I perceived from it. If you all saw something different, respectfully let me know in the comments like what you think about this situation, because honestly, I feel like this reunion was super different because I don't know, it just seemed like the vibage was completely different from what I'm used to seeing from Teen Mom and from MTV. It seemed like more of like a, I don't know, like a reality TV, like, I don't know, more of a crazier vibe. I don't know, it was really crazy. And this situation, I really don't even know what to even say, because personally, people say that, you know, Ashley's ghetto, she's this, she's that. Me personally, I feel like they're all ghetto. You know, I feel like they're all ratchet, they're all hood rats, because I mean, these girls don't come from a good walk of life. They weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth, meaning they weren't born wealthy or rich. You know, some of them have a little bit of money, like their family has money and stuff, but a lot of them are quote unquote, you know, from poor areas and stuff like that. Like they didn't have much, you know, they were struggling financially just as much as Ashley was. So if you want to, you know, say that she's ghetto and stuff like that, me personally, in my opinion, then they're all ghetto, because none of them really come from like the upper echelons of things. And then how they carry themselves, they're not classy to me. I mean, the only person to me that's super classy seems to be Chelsea. She carries herself accordingly. Yes, she can be annoying at times, but she's not up there ready to fight people. She's not taking off her shoes ready to fight. She's not being aggressive. She's not threatening people. She's not doing stuff like that. So to me personally, the only person that's super classy is Chelsea out of all the teen moms, you know? And I don't know. I just think that was a lot of confusion. I think a lot of fans are confused, but I can definitely say that people are not siding with Ashley on this one. It seems like she has lost tons and tons of support. People are saying like she's gross and disgusting, and they're calling her all sorts of names. And it's kind of crazy that this even erupted over, you know, just you don't want to be my friend deal. And it's like, it seems high school to me. It seems kind of immature on everyone's level. Everyone seems to be in the wrong to me. Again, I don't know why Nessa told Kail to like go sit down or like to scoot back or whatever she was telling her. I don't know what Nessa was trying to say there, but again, I just think all the girls are full of drama. I mean, Janelle has stormed off the stage numerous times and said F everybody. A lot of the Teen Mom cast have, you know, ran off the stage and cussed everybody out and said horrible things. So they're all ghetto and ratchet to me. There's no distinct, you know, label with anybody for just because of a certain race or something like that, because I saw a bit of that as well, and I was just like, don't go there. Like, I don't know, I don't think you can just label somebody because of like a race or anything like that. So it's super crazy. What do you guys think about this entire situation? If you watched it with me, thank you so much. That live stream was super fun to have everyone there. And again, I don't know what to think about this situation. It's just so much drama. It's like not even funny. So please comment below your thoughts on this entire situation involving Ashley versus the other Teen Mom Young and Pregnant girls and Jade Klein last night from the Teen Mom Part 3 reunion. Let me know what you think. I'm Yasmin Woodland, and until next time, see you.